What's up guys, Garrett here, aka Mr. Good Touch, and today we're going to be talking about Twiceborn Star versus everything else in a raid situation. Now I do want to say, first off, that this excludes Magic Nightblade. Magic Nightblade always run Twiceborn Star if you don't have Scathing Mage. Uh, Assuming you have Twiceborn Star. If you have Julianos, that's fine, but if you have the option between those three, Scathing Mage if you have at least 4 pieces of Divines, and Twiceborn Star if you don't have Scathing Mage, and if you don't have Twiceborn Star and you have a set of Julianos, go ahead and wear the Julianos. But this is what we're talking about today. So first we're going to talk about what the set does. Now the first thing it does, and the only thing you really need to know, is it allows you to have 2 Mundus Stones. Alright, and what that means when you have 2 Mundus Stone is it allows you to run the Thief plus the Shadow. So that's increased critical strike chance and increased critical strike damage. Alright, so that's essentially what the set does. It also gives you small boosts to your magic, stamina, and health class, or health attributes. This is actually really nice in a trial setting. Having extra health, having that little extra stamina, it actually goes along, not a crazy long way, but it does go a long way in giving you a little bit of extra tankiness, which is just really nice to have. So you're not constantly running for your life. After running for very long with not even 17k health, having that 18k is just really nice, guys. I will be really honest with you. It's really nice to have that much extra health. So basically, what Twiceborn Star does versus everything else, versus Julianos, versus Hundings, versus Night Mothers, versus any other 5-piece setup you can do, is what it does is it amplifies group buffs more than any other set that you're going to put on. And the reason is because of the ability Aggressive Warhorn. Alright? And that can be found in the Assault tree, and it's one of the morphs. Now the morph, as you can see, the unmorph thing just gives you 10% of all your pools, so it's going to give you 10% health, 10% magic, 10% stamina. But what the Aggressive Warhorn does, the morph of Warhorn, is going to give you 30% increased critical strike damage for 10 seconds. Okay, now that coupled with the Shadow Mundus, which is giving you even more critical strike damage, it's just going to keep amplifying up and up and up and up and up. Now this is way more beneficial than just a personal buff like getting 300 extra spell damage or 300 extra weapon damage, or reducing a target's armor from Night Mother, anything like that. This is more beneficial in a group trial situation. Now, I will say this, you should only use Twiceborn if you have at least 3 Aggressive Warhorns in your group. If you don't, use these other sets. Use Julianos, use Hundings, use Night Mother, use anything else, because Twiceborn Star can basically scale infinitely, because for every Warhorn you have, it gains effectiveness, it gains value. So essentially, if you're in a 12-man group and 11 people are running Warhorn, or if you're in a PvP group and you have 20 people and everyone's running Warhorn, this just keeps gaining value. It'll never stop gaining value. Whereas Julianos is going to have a ceiling. While Julianos is very, very good and it should be used in most situations, Twiceborn does have its place. So like I said, you need to have at least 3 Aggressive Warhorns, preferably 4 to 5. Now, I think 5 is about as much as you should possibly have. I think 4 is a good number. 3 is a good number to start with, so that's both healers and the tank. But really looking into getting that 4th and possibly even a 5th in your group if y'all are having DPS problems. If you don't know who to put it on, you can put it on an off tank. You can put it on your 2 lower DPS. Don't call anyone out, but if you're really trying to complete stuff, you do need to let people know, what we need to do to get better. So it's a really good idea to have those extra Warhorns in the group, because then people can use Twiceborn Star, and it really just, like I said, it amplifies your damage. So the reason this isn't effective alone, if you're like, let's say you're in Maelstrom by yourself. Now the extra health and stamina is really nice, but if you look at my critical strike chance, it's only 57 on this bar and 65 on this bar, and that's with a precise stat. Now, if I put on Julianos, okay, if I put on Julianos, my critical strike chance goes up to 71% on this bar and 65 on this bar. So basically, by yourself, standalone, the Julianos is going to be more superior. But like I said, with those extra Warhorns and those abilities that are going to give you the critical strike increase, damage is just invaluable in a trial situation where you have those extra Warhorns. So that's it for it. That's all for today, guys. Make sure you hit back, come back to the channel. Like if you like the video, comment if you have any questions, and I'm going to be doing more videos like this, more comparisons, more tips, tricks, stuff like that. So make sure to come back, guys, and hope you guys have a nice day.